Order in the court.
Welcome to another emergency episode of Rap in Order. I'm First Class Reg.
Taurian B.
Man, where do we start, bro? Like it's been less than a week, but it's been a jam-packed week. We got AI tracks leaking, we got real diss songs leaking. It's kind of restoring the feeling too, right? Because we've been so spoiled by streaming services, but like all this shit that's dropping now, it got us scrambling to see what's real, what's not, and like trying to actually go on YouTube. Links are breaking on YouTube. You got to find it somewhere else. And then we got our usual parties. We got Drake. We have a forfeited Cole who's like on the sidelines now, just watching. We got Metro and Future dropped this new album, We Still Don't Trust You. We got Ross in the mix. Ross has been playing this up like he's a headliner in this, and he's not, but it's entertaining. So let's start with We Still Don't Trust You. That came out last Friday. How do you feel about that one?
It was good. I mean, it was we got a treat. We got more of the Hendrix version of Future, and then we got a mixtape to go along with it to finish, to cap it off. So I had a pretty strong feeling that this one wasn't going to be like mainly like rap driven. I had a feeling like this one was going to have the vibe like how Future did a couple years ago when he dropped Future and Hendrix. Mm-hmm. So seeing the weekend features on there kind of like let me know that. Surprisingly, I saw J. Cole on there, and obviously that verse was probably recorded a while ago, and I guess
because like did you watch We Might Delete Later, that documentary thing? Like he did have footage in there where he was talking about Metro, so I think it was recorded around that time frame. Like
okay,
before
everything. Like me and LaShawn, shout out to First Class Seat. He was like, yo, like how like so Cole picking sides. I'm like, I think Cole like vehemently is saying like, no, I'm not involved in none of this shit. Like, I just want to make music. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure he could have hit them up and said, yo, take that off. But then I guess that would be doing like what Drake did to French Montana, I guess. So I guess Cole just wanted to be like, I guess like once he realized like, wait a second, like pick a side. We don't trust you. Like, I think Cole kind of like looked at it from that perspective and was like, yo, I don't want to be involved in none of this shit. Like,
Cole was like, oh, y'all niggas don't like each other for real. I just saying that. Okay, y'all got it.
Yeah, I think Cole just wanted to like gracefully bow out because I sometimes it's like that though. I've definitely been in a group chat where I'm thinking like, oh, everybody has like friendly banter, and then next thing you know, like two dudes is getting ready to meet each other somewhere and fight. So
yeah. So the album came out. Obviously, everybody was kind of banking on some diss records being there because we don't trust you, and we got like that out of that the surprise Kendrick verse that we're still talking about 3 weeks later. And We Still Don't Trust You is a different vibe, even though you still got some diss songs on there, like some diss verses. You got A$AP Rocky. A$AP Rocky came out on what's the name of this song? Show of Hands with Rocky. Rocky takes his jabs at Drake, and
which I don't see as a flex.
Yeah, well, I think he kind of, I don't know if it's a flex more than it's just a like, yeah, nigga, like you talking about my girl, I could talk about your girl too, like because I used to hit it before you.
Yeah, they both fucked each other's baby mothers. It's a circle jerk.
Yeah, it is.
Rocky, I feel like Rocky could have really. Rocky should have just asked 12 to give him something to say for all that, man. Like I know Rocky, he's not barred up like that, but like
he's not.
I definitely think he could have asked Tyler, give me some funny shit to say about Drake.
Yeah, he sounded offbeat a little bit. Like I just didn't really. And the more time goes by that we don't get a Rocky album, the more I feel like people just don't care what he has to say.
Yeah, I think he should care about his family.
He's in this position of comfortability where like it's like, yo, you with Rihanna, like you chilling, like you
won
with this shit.
Yeah, bro. Chill out.
Yeah. But the album starts off funky as hell. Like I really like the intro. Intro is on some like Michael Jackson type shit.
Right.
Um,
I agree.
yeah. The Weekend is on there throwing some jabs. Talking about like he said a notable thing. He said, thank God I didn't sign my life away, you know.
Hmm.
And niggas, that's been the hang up on OVO for a minute, right? Because niggas have always said like, yo, you sign with OVO, you signing your life away, or your music just never sees the light of day.
Right.
You got Party Next Door on the horizon again. So I wonder if he's gonna have something to contribute to all of this. Um, but for the most part, he's right. Like I think that's what, at least publicly, that's what we've always assumed. But
Hmm.
do you like this album more than the first one?
I do not. I like We Don't Trust You better than We Still Don't Trust You. But I lean more towards when Future like gets into his, I guess what people would call it, rapping.
Mm.
Yeah, when he has more, okay, this is how I word it. When he has the energy of a rapper, I prefer it better than when he has the more melodic style.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You still, yeah, because I know you still won't accept Future as a rapper.
It's just hard for me. Like, you wanna know what's funny? Sarah, me and Sarah was talking about it because Sarah like loves Future. And I was like, yeah, like he don't rap to me. And she like looked at me and I'm like, Regg already sent me like a song. She was just like, she wouldn't let it go. And I was like, listen, I'm alone on this hill. I'll die on this hill. I'll do it. Like, I understand I'm in the very small minority. And she was like, nah, I can't end this conversation. She was like, I don't care if you're like saying agree to disagree. Like, we can't end this conversation and like, cause I think something's wrong with you. And I was like, what? But yeah, like she would not let it go. She was like, nah, like you really really like you really think that. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I just don't. And I'm like, my the way my ears are trained, I just won't respect it. And then she started giving me other artists, and I was like, yeah, him too. Like, no. But like, I
Oh,
don't think like a prime example, Kid Cudi and Future, like I know they can rap, I know they will rap, right? But I don't I like, or I look at them like another genre needs to be made.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I mean, we've struggled with that for a while. Like, wait, there's no reason why. Like, Uzi is not a rapper to me, but
See,
people
Uzi,
a rapper.
I
Yeah.
think Uzi's a rapper. See,
Okay, so that's different. That's weird. How you refer to Uzi as a rapper, but Future's not a rapper?
I've heard like Uzi raps, man.
That nigga is a. I don't. He's like a. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know how to categorize him. I think we just hit a ceiling with categories in hip hop.
Yeah, they well, people just don't want to name because people be like, no, it's hip hop, but it's like rock and roll has mad subgenres,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
mad subgenres. So it's possible, just that the people in hip hop are lazy to like stick to shit. But getting back on track, like I prefer We Don't Trust You over We Still Don't Trust You.
I do too. I do like. There's a lot of highlights on We Still Don't Trust You though. So like I mentioned the intro. So we mentioned. Let's see. But then like to kind of soften some of the blow, or to kind of get people on the side of like, all right, this isn't just all melodic Future. You got 7 tracks that pop up at the end of the album, right? Like
Yeah, the mixtape. Hmm.
the mixtape that they put out. And the mixtape is where you have Lil Baby and you have Rocky sending his jabs. That mixtape is like a perfect balance though, because the tape gives a balance of like the first album and then this album to end it off.
Hmm.
I thought that was solid. But overall, yeah, there's some highlights on it, but yeah, it's still a 2 for 2. I'll still give it a 2 for 2. It's a 2 for 2 run, but
Hmm.
yeah, I prefer the first one. So walk me through when you heard this, because what came after that? Because everyone kind of had a hunch that like Drake would drop. We just didn't know when. But like I was thinking like, all right, this nigga's gonna drop on SoundCloud and he's gonna wait till We Still Don't Trust You comes out, so it's out the way. Because he don't know what's on there. Sure enough, he drops on Saturday in the middle of the day. And the first thing everybody is saying is, yo, it's not real. Yo,
Yeah,
this is, which is like an added thing that we got to deal with now too, right? Because now that AI is so prominent, you don't know what's real, what's not until it's confirmed. And then you started seeing people say, yeah, no, I have sources and this is real. Like you just was getting like eerie like tweets like that. Like,
right.
yeah, this is real, this is real. So it comes out. Um, I think first we heard the demo version.
Yeah, the demo version is better.
You think the demo version is better? I like the demo version beat better.
Okay, yeah, like the beat is better. I mean, and then he took some lyric, he changed some lyrics and stuff, but like, yeah, I like the beat better on the demo. It sounds, I don't know, you know, I like a dirty sound. I like it sound rough, like
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
sounds like glossy.
Yeah. I do like the demo version. But he got some joints. He got the Dart and Metro, shut your whole ass up and make these drums, which is amazing. It's just one. I feel like he was kind of spread too thin, like as far as like he had a lot to address. He had Metro, he had Ross. I don't even think he said anything to Rocky on this.
Nah,
He
yeah,
had
he addressed Future like, and but it's funny because it kind of felt like he was like, yo, Future, I fucking love you, man. What's wrong with you?
yeah,
Like, I think like he just said, I could never be anyone's number one fan, but like he was just like, I fucking like you, Future. Like, what's
yeah,
wrong with you,
like
bro?
your first platinum song. I had to put it in your hand. That was
Right.
the Burn the Thames. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like I mean, eventually we'll find out why all these people going at Drake, but I don't think we know fully yet. And I'm really curious, like because I feel like it just came out of nowhere. But then,
I don't think that's true. There's been over the years, there's been like rumblings and like whispers of Drake not being liked very much because a lot of people just, you know, they kind of like see through him. But it's like they had to go through him to get certain placements. So like they like put up with it. But a lot of people like think about all the times like, you know, somebody has come out and said something about Drake. Think about like over the years like Kid Cudi or Kanye or Common or Pusha T or there's other artists that have like said like not nice things about Drake, and like Drake's looking around like, damn, like I thought we was friends. Like people just not liking him, or people like jumping out the window immediately. Like as soon as they feel like Drake is doing something, like they just say it. Like I just feel like Drake has never really been liked. But what happened is that at one point he became so undeniable. People was like, all right, let's see what this guy's about. And
yeah,
then, people just didn't like him, but they just had to like deal with it. And I think that now it's at a point where like, Drake kind of doesn't need acceptance from everyone in hip hop because he is the biggest artist in the game right now. And I think now, like, some people are just like, yo, you know what? I ain't never like that nigga.
yeah,
People just give him that energy because there's a lot of other rappers where it's like, I feel like they could have gotten that same kind of energy and people just showed them love. Like, or don't see them as a threat. I think Drake controls so much that people just be like, yo, I can't like this nigga because he has control over too much.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I guess they just don't see no signs of it slowing down. So they like, yo,
Like,
yeah,
yeah,
we
like
got
he's not like somebody like Wayne who came up in the game and kind of like like kind of earned his bones with everybody. Like Little Wayne was on tour with Rough Riders and Cash, like and all of them, as a teenager. So dudes like Jadakiss and the Lox or dudes like Beanie Siegel going to respect Wayne because they're gonna be like, I remember when this nigga was 16, like what I'm saying, like running around with Cash Money. Whereas with Drake, like people kind of just feel like, all right, here's this ambiguously mixed ethnic white Jewish kid coming along from Degrassi, no street cred. Now all of a sudden he's the best rapper. Now he has these thugs around him. It just comes off a certain way, and I just think that for a lot of people, they just don't like him anyway.
yeah,
They
yeah,
put up with him, they tolerate him, and now they're like, all right, now I'm a like Ross just found a reason. Like that's not Ross's business. That like why French Montana not the one? French Montana is a legit battle rapper. Like
mm-hmm.
he ain't saying
Yeah,
fucking word.
yeah. French is chilling. I think Ross just used that as his last straw, but we don't know what his other beef was with.
I'm pretty sure it was he wanted that YOLO album to come out. I'm pretty sure, you know what I'm saying? He's mad at some of the money that he lost when Drake was on Meek's head. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, all Ross just like also like just being like fucking like cocky, like, yo, man, I think this dude is nice. Let me show y'all what it's about. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
showing me like you couldn't handle this nigga.
yeah,
Even though
yeah.
like they doing a lot of that internet bullshit now, like, but that's you know, that's the way of the world now. But
I think
I,
he
I
learned. A lot of them niggas learned from 50, and he learned from his beef with 50.
yeah, I just dislike it very much. I
Yeah.
dislike that. I do like, you know, I dislike it. I also very much dislike, I'm probably jumping ahead. I'm tired of everybody saying, yo, Kendrick hasn't responded in 4 days. This person has this amount of time. The
Mhm.
worst thing in the world that Drake has ever given us was saying, I dropped where y'all at. Drop, you
Mhm.
know, I just dropped this track where y'all at. What is it, 2 days or whatever like that?
Mhm.
Like the minute he did that, like people started being like, yeah, because I mean, like
Mhm.
that's happened before, like when Joe Budden and Ransom went at it back in the day. But like, yo, let niggas get they sword sharp and do what they got to do. Pause.
But I
Like,
guess it made sense in Drake's defense. That made sense because it seemed like, at least to us, Meek put that up and was like, "Yo, nah, this nigga don't write his shit, right?" So Drake responded in song. So it's like, "Yo, I responded in song. So bet you must be ready for something. If you poking at me like this, you got to be ready for something." So I dropped the song, and it's about to be a week, and you still ain't respond. All right, I'm doubling back. Like I'm dropping again, and I'm gonna make this one a hit. Like
you
it
right.
was so calculated and just like so well executed. It was
You
like,
You right. In that case, yes, it was needed. But in this case, I don't need Kendrick to respond immediately. Shit, we didn't get ether. We didn't get ether. Like Jay-Z dropped Takeover that summer. We got ether in December because it was on Jay-Z's birthday.
yeah,
So, you know, like I'm okay with waiting and everything like that. I just think people are impatient. That I think people are misremembering history when they say, "Yo, I like it when rappers name names." I'm like, what? Like the best rappers never name names. Like I just want people to just understand that. And like people were like, "Well, Tupac said this," and I'm like, "Yeah, he said he fucked." But like, I mean, yeah, that shit was publicized in the news. But like most rap beefs, like we don't find out till years later, and that's the beauty of it. Like
yeah.
let's
It's the art.
yeah,
Um,
I do. I will say one thing though. Kendrick has to drop an actual song
mhm,
because something that I realized that's fallen flat for me is that Kendrick has never dropped a diss song. He always does it on like a feature or like he does it like he does it like he never does it on his own time. Like
mhm.
he's like, oh okay, you want me to come in for this? All right, I'm just gonna drop a diss verse with this on the Taylor Swift song, and he's obviously a student of the game, but like he needs to outright diss song. Drake is battle tested. No matter what you want to say about him, people say like, oh, he took the L with the Pusha T situation, which he did, but I mean, he just didn't release a song. Like,
Mhm.
he just said fuck it. But Drake is battle tested. He's been through it. He's had his battles with some of the greatest rappers of all time. Kendrick Lamar hasn't. We just know that he's extremely talented.
Yeah, yeah,
He
yeah,
hasn't
yeah.
gone at it toe to toe with anybody. Like so, him and Drake been throwing little grenades here and there, and now like it's time to drop the atomic bomb, Kendrick. Like it's time to do it.
Yeah, I think that's what everybody wants to see, and I think in this situation, everybody's realizing that he hasn't really been battle tested.
Yeah,
Um, but in the past, he's always thrown out shots to get people to come at him. It seemed like,
he
and
has. He's asked for. Yeah, he's been asking for it.
he's been
I
at it. So I kind of just want to see how this plays out, and I'm curious to see.
that's a good point, Reg. That's a good point that you're saying that. Like he has been saying, "Yo, come at me, bro. Like where y'all at? Like say
Yeah,
my name, please. Say
yeah,
it."
yeah, yeah.
You're right.
Even control, I wouldn't really count only because it was just such a he cast like a such a big like shadow like over the game, and it was just a friendly thing. Only
Yeah.
person that felt the way was Drake because he was like, "Oh, like you, why you saying that if you don't really mean it? Because I just saw you." Like he's big on that. It's like, yo,
Which is weird.
yeah, it's very weird. It's like I just saw you and we was cool. Why you ain't say nothing? And it's like, nigga, did you listen to the verse? He said
Yeah, I think
he said he was cool with y'all, but when he on a song with y'all, he trying to murk y'all.
yeah, I just think that like some people's interpretation of rap beef, like however they learned of what rap beef is what they know. Me, with my fucking super hip hop fan parents, I knew about the fucking rap battles at Harlem World on 125th Street. So like prime example, my introduction to a rap beef literally was LL Cool J and Kool Moe Dee because my father and his friends were talking about it. So like as a kid, I'm just taking it all in. I'm like, wow, this LL Cool J guy must be fucking nice. Even though Kool Moe Dee's from Harlem, they was rooting for Queens niggas to win. But like people understood like no violence was gonna come from it. It was just like shit talk. Like they did shows together and all of that. Like,
Yeah,
so I guess for me, the thing is that I think a lot of people's introduction to rap had to be Biggie and Pac, and they just think that that the only way it ends is if somebody dies. Like I think that people they think it has to be like a real dislike. It can't be friendly competition or
right.
anything like that. Like it is like I truly think that most people's introduction into rap beef had to be Biggie and Tupac. Like they like, and that's
That's majority, yes, for sure. Especially nowadays, like a lot of like even Gen Z, like their introduction to rap equals Meek and Drake.
right.
That like
And
a lot of Gen Z, yeah.
right. And you know what I'm saying? And then you have people like I'm not trying to single him out, but like NBA Youngboy who like point his gun at the screen and shit. Like or like say he'll kill somebody, or like like what happened up in Chicago with all of those kids and their beat. Like I just think that that's where the misconception comes in. And I think that's like I'm not trying to shoot Cole Bell, but I think that Cole like realized like, oh wait, like yeah, I think I'm not about that.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
You know?
So when it comes to Drake, I don't know if you saw, but online, a couple reference tracks came out from him.
Yes, I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah. So like there was Jumbotron Pop. I forget the name of the song, but Jumbotron something. It's on Her Loss.
The song with him
Um
and the song that Yachty's credited on.
yeah. Yachty is credited on it. And then there's a Calling for You, which was supposedly written by Cash Cobain. And there's a reference track of Cash Cobain doing the song. And it sounds like their songs. I think what's your thoughts on that though? Because I have thoughts on that.
I think people are misunderstanding that like when people like that, like they're not writing raps for Drake, they're structuring a song for Drake because the reason why what Drake is doing is so monumental and such a big deal is because he's cracked the code on how to make pop records and rap and still like make them rap songs. So
Mhm.
he's sourcing out people that can make good structured songs and get them on the pop charts and like, do well with them. And like, he's really structuring songs like how like a fucking Celine Dion or like Gwen Stefani or like, like those big names would like structure songs, like, with a bridge and everything like that, where hip hop is very stripped down and very simple. So, and it's complex but simple, and it's simple in the fact that like you just need a hook and you gotta spill it. You gotta give three or 2/16 to make a song in
Yeah,
hip
yeah,
hop.
yeah.
But what Drake's doing, he's crafting songs like how Beyonce fucking crafts a song, where like like there's different parts that have to be structured out, and I think that people in hip hop misunderstand that because they're like, all right, so are you a rapper or are you not? Like,
Mhm.
and he's just like sometimes he might hear a good song and be like, yo, I can add some raps to that. Can I take your hook? Can I have your song? And like
Mhm.
he's just adding raps to it, and like people aren't accepting it. I would love to bad Drake and be like, oh, he don't write his shit, but it's like if Drake writes his shit, it's just that he outsources people for good songs. Like
Yeah, and
basically, like he's taking it's no different. It's like if all the R&B songs that Mace was featured on, he kept them for himself and restructured it, and like he did the hook that 112 is doing or some shit like that.
yeah, and I think another big part of it too is that he outsources the younger crowd. So like Cash
Mhm.
Cobain up 23, 24 or something like that. And Yachty is like the quote unquote king of the what
King of
is
the
it?
teens, king of the
Yeah,
teens. I,
yeah,
I
so
think I think he got to stop saying that now, but yeah,
yeah, he does. But he's one of those guys that's like tapped in, like those dudes, and I think it's kind of in the same vein of like maybe how Keem is for Kendrick. Like Keem keeps Kendrick tapped in because Keem
yeah,
is young.
Mhm.
Um, so I don't know, because I think even in that breath, N95 reference track popped up, that somebody did for Kendrick.
Right.
Um, yeah, the other day that
Yeah.
popped up. So I don't know. I think there's just a lot about the writer experience that the public doesn't know. So if they hear anybody's voice doing something, it's like, what the fuck? I thought this was all from your notepad and not his.
Yeah, that's what I get. If I hear if I like if I heard some if I heard a reference track for Drake's "Stay Scheming" verse, then I would have some questions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like if I had somebody say, "Yo, for fucking DNA, like there's a reference track like of Daylight rapping DNA for Kendrick Lamar." He's done. Kendrick Lamar's done in my book, but like
Yeah.
somebody singing, somebody doing hooks or doing transitions on a song. Nah, I don't take this.
Speaking of Daylight, he's having a fucking blast with this shit. Like he's
Oh
just
yeah,
yeah, he's been writing a lot of stuff on Twitter and just saying he's like, yeah, you should have, like when Drake dropped the song, he was like, you should have put out the version that I sent you or something like that.
yeah. He's
He-
being a troll.
It was a huge troll. So like they oh word, like word. So it's like I don't know what the fuck to believe. It is messy out there.
Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I think I also think that Metro and Future didn't have to do all this.
Um
Like
do
basically, do this whole line in the sand with Drake thing. Like this is still an amazing project. They could have put this project out with no context that they were going at Drake, and it still would hit the same. And it still would, they'd be like, damn, like we would just be speculating, like, damn, who they don't trust. But like I think they could have did it without this. Like, I don't think that they needed to do this whole rollout with Drake because this is causing confusion and it's taken away from how, like, I think I guess it's a gift and a curse. It's yin and yang because I'm pretty sure people are going to listen to the projects because of Drake, but
Mhm.
it's still good. Like
Yeah.
they didn't need to do that. Like you, it could just they could have just been like, yo, it's just how we feeling right now. We don't trust niggas, and that's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think they definitely capitalizing off of what people already think when they hear the song, when they hear about it being Drake. Like they're not denouncing anything, they letting everything fly.
Right.
Mm. And I think that is what's confusing some people. So I don't know. I don't know, man.
Um.
But I do know, what are you expecting? Do you think do you think any of the AI like leaks and stuff is taking some of the steam and some of like some of the anticipation off of Kendrick? Like
Yeah, man, because it sucks. Like it sucks that now we have to like question it. The fact that like for like a good hour we was dismissing the Drake song push-ups as not being real or whatever like that. Like I remember like I even said some generic shit like he doesn't even rap like that anymore. like, like
yeah, bro,
like
it'll make you question everything.
yeah, like I don't like it. I don't like did you see they just the guy just went viral, the guy who quote unquote made the Kendrick AI diss.
I saw you drop that in the chat, but I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah,
Like,
so like he basically was like breaking down how like he used the statistics from like other songs and topics and shit like that. And I'm just like, yo, this is crazy. I don't think we're going to get a Kendrick verse for. I don't think. Well, I guess what are we? What version of the heart are we up to with the heart part 6 now? I guess
well,
I get.
yeah, yeah, part 5, yeah, 6.
I think I think I think that's he'll drop the heart, and that's how we'll get to this. But it might be tied into like Baby Keem's new project or something like that. Because I think that's who's next up to come out. I don't think Kendrick's
Yeah,
next up to
King
come out. I
is a
think Baby
drop.
Keem. Yeah. So I think it's either Baby Keem solo or their Hillbillies full length project. I can't remember. But
Mhm.
that's how we'll get it. I don't think Kendrick is going to do it on the time that we want. He'll do it when he feels like it, which is fine.
Yeah. I don't want Drake to be caught up in these side missions. The side missions are entertaining, going back and forth with niggas on Instagram and all of that stuff. But I want him to focus on this shit. We've been waiting over 10 years for this shit. These niggas have been going at each other, passively for over 10 years. So it's like, yo, we here now. This is where
Yeah.
we at.
And I see people saying that this is giving Manny Pacquiao Floyd Mayweather vibes. People saying like, yeah, like when we finally get the match, like it's gonna be very lackluster.
Yeah. So I mean, I just want niggas to show up, man. I think an obvious layup is if Metro produced Kendrick's diss. But I think he should reach back. Like, fuck it. Like, you see, I want them if they're going all the way back with it, I want Kendrick to tap DJ Clue. Like on some if you really want that energy, you just tap Who
Yeah.
Kid.
Well, Drake is working with Who Kid. I mean, but maybe Who Kid will be a double agent. But
Yeah.
I think Kendrick either got to go Flex, Clue, or Drama. Go to one of them.
Drama would be great, but I think he's overused right now. He's on fire.
I see what you're saying. And Drama probably wouldn't want to do that because him and Drake pieced it up. So yeah, like he'll probably go to Clue or Flex. I'm pretty sure it'll be Flex. Flex is probably begging him.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
go to Flex and get the beat from Metro or Kanye. Or shit. Even Pharrell. Getting the beat from Pharrell would be very sinister in my opinion.
Higher. Pharrell don't want no parts of nothing going on. He's chilling. We have to talk about him at a later time too. I don't know. Did you make the effort to listen to his project?
I remember like when we mentioned it, but I didn't even like go check it out. No, I didn't. Yeah, I'll listen to it. I'll listen to it for when we record next time.
Yeah. I haven't listened to it either. I gotta listen to it. I just know we have to seek it out because it's not on streaming.
Okay. Yeah, but that's like I'm just like I said, I'm just waiting, and I'm just entertained that the most active person of everyone in this is fucking Rick Ross.
Yeah, man, he's too active. Like I don't follow Ross, but I go to his page and he guaranteed has 17 news stories. It's crazy because you can just watch all of them. And he's by his pool. It's like, all right, yeah, white boy. He made a good point though. I saw one that he put up.
Okay,
he made a good point. He said, because Drake said he turned the diss track on, and then he heard the part where Ross said he had more money than him, so he turned it off. So then Ross doubled back and was like, yo, I heard you say you got more money than me. He was like, which is crazy, because let's say you do. Your big homie just had to foreclose his house like 5 years ago. You can't get him another house? Like, and then he was talking about Birdman, because Birdman was closure. And he was like, if you got more money and your big homie is out here struggling, that would never happen. Rose would never do that. His homie. Like, so he just started going in, and I'm like, I mean, that's a good point, Yeah. If you got money, none of your niggas should be struggling.
And it was already pointed out that he wasn't saying that he had more money than Drake. What he was saying, he was mimicking Drake, saying, you're going to say you got more money than me, but who cares? My house is 50 mil. Like, rich is rich after a certain amount of time. Like, that's essentially what he's saying. But it went over a lot of people's heads. Like, if you didn't really weren't like really in tune with it. But yeah, it's very interesting. With that. Like, I'm disappointed that Drake didn't pick up on that. What Ross was saying, because I don't think Ross thinks that he has more money than Drake.
No, I don't think so either. I don't think so.
But it is funny seeing Ross make fun of Drake, and like Ross has veneers, Ross has fake hair, Ross gets his beard colored, like Ross is fat and probably could use some liposuction or some like it's like he's such a confident fat person. It's the funniest shit in the world to me, because it's like we know he got like sleep apnea and like all kinds of like health issues and shit, and he's over here making fun of Drake. Then he's calling Drake a white boy. And it's like, but you let the white boy say nigga on mad songs with you. So what are you talking about?
Because it was that bad. They was getting that bag together. It didn't matter. And it's funny too, because I think he was on Drink Champs at one point when I think it was on Drink Champs when he said he was like, yeah, me and Drake are the most prominent writers, right? Like, of this generation right now. Like, we know we on this shit. Like, we work really well together. So he was recognizing him as a writer, but now it's like,
Yeah, it's
Anybody,
rap.
yeah. Now it's like that ghostwriter and all of that stuff.
I really genuinely want to know what Meek think. I want to know, is Meek annoyed? Like, nigga, why you couldn't do this when I needed you?
Mhm. Yeah. Because otherwise, outside of Meek, Ross seems like a pretty loyal friend, you know?
Yeah. And I guess with Meek, a lot of people said the reason why he didn't back Meek up because he felt Meek was wrong. Like he felt Meek jumped out the window.
Yeah. I mean, that could be true too. That could be true. That he just sat that one out and tried to get them to piece it up, if anything.
Right.
Yeah,
Quick side mission. Speaking of MMG, did you see that Wale said that he's been secretly working on the best album of his career?
I did see that. I did see that. Because
Did you believe
somebody thing, I believe him. I believe that he could put out. I mean, Wale never puts out a bad album.
he doesn't?
I think if he feels that way going into this one, it's probably something to say. Like it's probably pretty good. I mean, we'll see. And he'd be ahead of the curve. Like it's crazy. That Shine album was ahead of the Afrobeats movement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you got to think, he's tapped in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like he's like, as he coins it, he still sends money across the water. So he knows what's going on, and he probably visits a lot and everything like that. So
Mhm.
with that being said, like, yeah, that definitely doesn't surprise me. Shit, he was ahead of the curve with the live band.
Yeah.
Period.
And I think with him, I think a lot of his frustration comes from shit like that because he don't get the recognition for it. And he's like, yo, this shit is popping off, Afrobeats popping off, and these niggas is doing it now. And I'm actually African and I'm not
Right.
motherfucker. That had
That
me,
would that would blow mine. That would
yeah.
blow mine.
Like these
Yeah. Like imagine like Drake decided to like do reggaeton and like became bigger than Bad Bunny and
yeah,
reggaeton music.
like
That
what?
would be like,
And if he had it his way, he would because he had Bad Bunny on the last album.
yeah, you're right.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, I guess to kind of wrap this up, I mean, we're just gonna have to wait and see. I mean, I'm sure after by the time we have this up, we'll have some new development, and then we'll kind of have to go from there. Because this shit is like an everyday thing at this point.
Yeah, man. Every day I wake up, I check my phone to see what new fuckery I'm about to see online. So,
Yeah, and there's always something new,
yeah,
always. Something. So we'll see. We
we
will see.
shall see.
But yeah, until then, I'm First Class Reg,
I'm Taurian B.
and we are out of here, y'all. Catch y'all next time.
We'll catch you guys next time.
Dun dun.